So I didn't think I'd be smoking for a week here after Chicago. I mean, smoke, smoke, smoke. It was really fun. Almost missed my train back to Chicago from Geneva. But that all worked out, as it turns out. Smoking the pipe I picked up there. Yeah, Ivan Reese. A Chacombe king size. French made. You know, I just like the shape. Big bowl, short, stubby, thick. Got a nice bend to it. I like it. So, I liked it so much I got two. I felt they were pretty good value. A smooth and then this rusticated. So, in addition to, let's see, what am I holding here? I'm holding the swag bag from Dagners. The Dagners. It was great to meet them. They are wild and crazy guys. Really fun. So I'm smoking some broken Scotch cake, which from Kendall, made in England, like with Hogarth and Company. So a blend of flue-cured and a little sun-cured Virginia. This coarse-cut pressed tobacco is cool and slow-burning. And on sale at Ivan Reese for $7.90. I couldn't pass it up. And it was a little dented right there. Well, the dent had broken the seal. So she's a little dried out. Which, for me, is not that big a deal. I personally like a little bit drier tobacco. So it's pretty dry. But I'm thinking in our wet climate here, it's going to kind of rehydrate the way it normally does. So we'll see. It's smoking pretty good, though. This is the first bowl of that. Yeah, it's nice. You know, the one thing I do not like about this pipe, I tell you, I was just smoke traumatized this weekend. I just don't normally smoke that much. The one thing I don't like about this pipe is that I cannot pass a pipe cleaner through the bit. It's the only pipe I've got that I can't do that. And, you know, bits are tough because you can't drill them out, you know, and especially a curved bit like that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I can pass it from one end and then from the other, and I think get most of the schmutz out, but, you know, we like to do better than that. So, I don't know. Is there anything perfect in this world? Probably not. Honestly. Also picked up an old custom belt. A custom dash build. That was a good value. I was going to pick up another one. I should have done it. From Huck's Pipes out of Iowa. He had a nice table. He had some nice stuff. Really nice guy, too. But this came from Ivan Reese. And it was a good value. I thought. Reasonable value. It wasn't great, but, you know, it wasn't a super bargain, but it was acceptable. Very good. Picked up an OMS poker from Salam. Thank you, Salam. I should be wearing my Salam t-shirt. My OMS t-shirt. Dang it, I'll have to save that for another video. It was great meeting him, too. You know, I mean, these people you've seen on YouTube that, you know, you've never talked to in person. You may have sent a personal message back and forth. It's so awesome to meet these people. And it was a little alarming to have the number of people who came up and said, "Hey, you're a Northwest pipe smoker." So, yes, I am. So, that was really fun. And it was just so much fun sitting in that smoking tent, just having some good conversation. such great people, It's just, I wish they were closer so we could get together more often. But there's some surprisingly organized pipe clubs back in the Midwest. So, yeah, diabetic pipe, classical pipes. Gosh, Jason, thank you. Uh, we had some good smokes together, had some beers. There was some pizza there at the table in the tent. That was great. Really, really fun. But the pipe show was just part of the Chicago trip. Just did one day. Stayed downtown, stayed a little south of downtown, actually, in the South Loop. No, it was good. It was sort of a post-industrial neighborhood. But not too scary. So it was at 26th South and 35th is about where the murder capital of the world starts, I think. So I was told. So Chicago is a great place, and I really enjoyed. I traveled with some good friends of mine, and it was a chance to spend some time with them. And they had some friends they were meeting, and I got to meet some of those people, and really nice folks, But I branched out and did one of the boat tours from the Chicago Architecture Foundation. That was really fun. It was surprisingly fun. And then Sunday went to Oak Park and took a tour of Frank Lloyd Wright's studio, which was great. And then did the walking tour around the block where he's got some houses that he designed. So he was there from like 1889 to 1909. And I mean, we just so take it for granted that modern house design, is what it is, But what a radical idea back then. Wow. Amazing. Really pace-setting design that has affected all of us. So, yeah, there was a lot of takeaway from that. Went to Blick Art Supplies in the Loop and picked up a bunch of mechanical pencils and other stuff and a few books. So, kind of reinvigorated my interest in architecture, which has never been gone, but I was an architecture student back in school, among other things. So, an interesting pipe, and it struck me that the table, let me grab I can't believe I bought one of these. It's just not my style. I like a traditional pipe. I like a certain kind of traditional pipe, don't we? So this is from Hector Weeby, or Weeb, I believe is how he pronounces it, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Great White North. And his table, really a great guy, but it struck me that his table is kind of where innovation was happening. And kind of a the ideas are consistent with Falcons and other Porsche design, other non-traditional pipes. but I just found it so interesting. And Jason was there, and so he bought a pipe too. Kind of talked ourselves into it. I saw a couple people walking around with them. So this is it. And it's all interchangeable parts. So the stem is interchangeable. You could get a white bit or a black bit. I'm sure there are other colors coming. The reservoir, shall we call it, the radiator reservoir, and it's all very industrial, stamped and so forth. So cool. The bowls, there are different bowls, and they unscrew. And what you do is, the bowl is not as deep as it looks, and it's, so then it goes down, the smoke comes down into the reservoir here. I'm sure he has a more technical name for it. And it sort of collects and condenses the moisture, as does the metal stem. And so it ends up being a dry smoke. And it smokes well. I've smoked it. Like I say, it's not really my thing exactly, but I just found it to be so cool that I wanted to support him, and I'll enjoy smoking it. What you do then, after you're done, is you just unscrew the bowl and run this underwater and just rinse it out. And you can run a pipe cleaner through there, but this also rinses out. And it's kind of surprising how much brown schmutz is in there after a bowl. So, all made in Italy, to his spec. So I did it. I bought one. In retrospect, what I should have done is gotten more samples of new tobaccos that I could bring home to people. I didn't do that. It's overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. So if you're going to be there for days, you'll have a chance to do that. But it was just overwhelming. So really fun. I gotta say, it was just really fun in a kind of a deeply satisfying way. So I just totally enjoyed it. Yeah. And Chicago's great. It's a big city. So it's the murder capital of the world. So I didn't ever feel threatened. I'm a big guy, so I guess. But I did some late night L riding too, train riding, and walking downtown and so forth. But I never felt threatened. We were going to take the train down past 35th during the day, just to see what it was like, but we didn't have time to do that. It was a little less a priority. So. How amazing that is. If you have a chance to go, you really should go. Try not to have too many unreal expectations, but just the people that you meet. Rob Cooper from Coopersark, I got to meet him. Great guy, I knew he would be, but meeting him in person was, it was really interesting. So I came home for lunch to finish mowing the lawn. It was like a jungle when I got back. This is the time of year when I mow twice a week to kind of keep it under control. And it's early this year. So it's good. It's all good. So I'm going to try and do that before I go back to work here. Well, I wanted to just make a little video showing off some of the stuff. I have so much tobacco. And just stuff to do videos with you. So funny. But yeah, great experience. So yeah, I wish I could pass a pipe cleaner through there. It would be just an awesome pipe otherwise. I mean, it's a nice size, you know. It just rang my bell, and that's what you got to go with. And it was so obvious there that so many pipes, so many new pipe carvers, you know, young pipe carvers. And when I was there last, which was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it seemed like there were a lot of seriously old guys having trouble getting around, you know, with walkers and stuff. And it was just like, wow, our hobby is going to die off here, you know. This time it was just so many young people. So it's great. I mean, as long as you don't abuse tobacco, my feeling is it can be a positive aspect of your life. And so it's really nice to see young people taking up the hobby, I think. And they're doing it in really creative ways. I mean, Hector was 30 maybe not even that. In fact, probably not. You know, I mean, so it's great. It was just great. Anyway, the yard was calling my name. So